Shalom. I'd like to first start out by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wa Shalom to sincere Akim that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that's pushing this truth and sincerity and charity. My name is Yerumia of the GMS branch out here in Indianapolis. And I was scrolling through my YouTube feed, and I had seen that there's an article that was posted. All right, and here it was posted on Sunday, April 3rd, 2022, which is uh, the year of the turning up. All right, and we clearly see that things are turning up. All right, around the earth. All right, so without further ado, and this is an example of things turning up, man. All right, this is from News Target. It says, this is what the headline says. It says, collapse incoming. It says, European nations start rationing food and fuel. All right. Now let's go into that word. As a matter of fact, let me read. I'll read this. It says, countries all over the world, especially in Europe, have started implementing policies that ration food and fuel. It says Europe's struggles with its food and fuel supplies began after most nations on the continent imposed economic sanctions on Russia following its invasion of Ukraine. It says this threatened the flow of already critical commodities in Europe and threatened to collapse already struggling global supply chains. It says right here, it says, as a result, the prices of everything from oil to wheat have soared, leading to multi-decade high inflation rates. It says supplies of these essential products have also dwindled. Salakia. It says supplies of these essential products have also dwindled after exports from Russia were completely strangled. All right. Now I'm going to look at go into this word ration, and let's see what it means. It says the word ration. All right, it means allow each person to have only a fixed amount of a particular commodity. Okay, and that's like a form of a famine. Okay, because we're coming into in these last days. All right, we're coming into a time to where all right there are going to be a scarcity of commodities and resources. All right, like like food. All right, energy resources like gasoline, electricity. Okay, clothing. We're coming into some times of mourning. All right, we're coming into the times into bad times. All right, so without further ado, I'm gonna start off in the book of Second Ezra chapter 16, and I'm gonna start at 17. Okay, so this is the book of Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 17. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Okay, so this is the prophet Ezra, all right, which received a vision of the type of destruction that is going to be brought here upon the planet Earth, man. All right, when you go into that word woe, it goes into death and destruction. All right, it says, who will deliver me in those days? Okay, because ultimately we're we're going to need Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, all right, to deliver us from these days to come. Okay, because Yahweh Hashem El Shai, he's going to bring all of this type of destruction, all right, which is here on the earth, man. All right, and it's going to consist of famines. All right, it's going to consist of great death. All right, a great sorrow. You know, it says the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right. And ultimately, the only thing we can do, all right, is have faith in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. All right, because that's all we have. All right. It said the beginning of sorrows, man, because a lot of these people, man, they're gonna lose, a lot of the things that they have. All right, great mornings because a lot of people are going to be, put to death. All right, it says the beginning of famine and great death. All right, famine is a scarcity of resources. All right, and just like in the article that I just read, that they're going to start rationing commodities, man. All right, certain things are going to be have to be handed out at a certain quantity. All right, we're coming into a time to where uh, they're going to be worse than just the rationing. All right, and that's how you know we're coming into those days. All right, because when you have to ration things out, all right, when you have to ration, all right, certain commodities and certain resources out, all right, that can be an indicator of what, all right, that certain supplies, all right, are being shortened, all right, and that these people out here, all right, that depend on Esau Edom, all right, they're not going to be able to get the things that they need and how they need it, all right, in these last days to come, all right, because they're going to be a lot of these commodities and resources they're going to be controlled, man. All right, it says the beginning of wars, all right, just like the situation that's going on with Russia and Ukraine, right? It says, and the powers shall stand in fear, right, man. The wicked elite of the other heathen nations, all right, they're going to be fearful in that day, all right. It says the beginning of evils, all right, bad times. What shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, and ultimately, you know, we have to lean upon the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we have built up, all right, and hold fast, okay, and to hold fast in the faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, because that's ultimately who can deliver us, all right, out of all the hell, you know, that is going to come to the earth, okay, and to Adawan Ratazah be delivered. It says, behold, famine, plague, and tribulation and anguish are sent for scourges for amendment. All right. So Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is going to bring correction here on the earth. All right. Mainly, uh, the Yahweh Hashem Yahshai is going to bring correction to the nation of Israel, man. Who are you so called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? All right. Which are the biblical Israelites. Okay. And it said, let's look up this word anguish. All right. It says the definition of anguish. It says severe mental or physical pain or suffering, man. All right. It says, but for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. All right, Jake isn't gonna turn from their wickedness, man. All right, because they're so caught up in their darkness. All right, breaking the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Willingly eating abominations. All right, celebrating these wicked holidays. All right, trusting in Esau Edom, all right, their oppressor. All right, which Esau Edom is the so-called white man according to the scriptures. All right, the number one enemy of the nation of Israel. Okay, Jake isn't gonna turn from their wickedness, man. All right, when all these things start to happen, a lot of Jakes they're gonna try to turn to Esau Edom, all right, for help and support. But what is Esau Edom gonna do? Esau Edom is gonna stab Jake in the back, man. All right, it says, nor be always mindful of their scourges, man. So Jake isn't gonna be mindful of all the punishments that they're gonna receive. All right, they're not going to understand that or discern that it's Yahweh Bashim Shai that's doing this to them. All right, because of their wickedness. All right, it says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon earth, that they shall think to themselves to be in good case. Even so, like it, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. All right, so we're going into destruction, man. All right, and when you look up this word victuals, all right, it's going into food. All right, let's read that again. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap on the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case." All right, because food may be still affordable. All right, the price of food is actually going up. You know, Jake out here still think that they're in a good case. All right, that they don't think no type of evil is going to befall them in these last days. All right, so Jake is just in that spirit of being comfortable, right? And Jake thinks that they're in a good case. All right, but we're coming into some times to where the prices of common commodities like food, all right, the prices of that is gonna shoot up through the roof, man. It says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth. Okay, so ultimately bad times are gonna grow all around the earth, man. All right. It says sword, famine, and great confusion. All right, because for the most part, man, Jake isn't gonna know what's going on. All right, Jake is gonna bug out. All right, and also these heathens are gonna bug out, man. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right, so hey, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna die from starvation, man. All right, it says, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right, the modern day sword. All right, that's talking about what? All right, it could be a gun. All right, so hey, even if the two thirds escape die from hunger, man. Hey, man, there's another judgment, lined up, man. All right, which is the sword, man. And a lot of these people, man, they have weapons, man. All right, a lot of these troops, okay, these soldiers. Now let's jump into the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." All right, and that he is talking about. the elect of the nation of Israel, okay? But the nation of Israel as a whole, all right, is going to go through this, okay? Israelites that are scattered throughout all around the world, all right, they're going to go through Jacob's trouble, man, all right? Because you have Israelites that live all around the world, man. And those are the type of times that we're coming into, man. And how do we know this? This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay? All right, so we're coming into some times to where Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai is coming back to judge the earth, man. Really to judge these wicked people that live on the earth, man. All right, and we're measuring the times. All right, we're looking at all the things that's going on around the world, you know, through the internet, and we're aligning it up with the scriptures. All right, with these prophecies, man. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 21. It says, "For then shall be great tribulation." All right, there's going to be a lot of sufferings. All right, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay, so we're coming into some times that's worse than when uh Yahweh Bashem Yahushai flooded the earth. All right, and you could read that in the book of Genesis, man. All right, and how Yahweh Bashem Yahushai commanded Noah, all right, to build an ark. All right, to preserve Noah. Okay, why? Because during the times of Noah, it was a lot of wickedness on the earth. All right, it was a lot of rebellion against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, and guess what? We're in the times where wickedness is increasing. All right, in these last days. All right, in these last days, man, you're gonna see a lot more and more. These people are just gonna wax more and more wicked in these last days, man. All right, but that's all gonna come with a judgment, man. All right, it says, or this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Okay? So the ones that's truly serving Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai in these last days, all right, they're going to be protected. All right, they're going to be protected. All right, from all the dangers. All right, and all the bad times that are gonna come upon the earth, man. All right, Yahweh Hashem Shai is gonna take care of his servants. All right, but the ones that are going up against Yahweh Hashem Shai and his men, all right, they're gonna suffer a lot of the calamities that are to come. All right, in these last days, man. All right. Rakan, Adon Ratazah, this lesson is edifying. I like to give all glory praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, or Chakwadash. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that teach this truth and rule well. Wash Shalom to sincere Akim that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that's pushing this truth in sincerity and in charity. Shalom.